Hello everybody, Cedric Casita here, CRWC, and we're going to be going over Ring of Honor, which happened June 8th, 2023, so last week, but we finally got to it. And we're also going to cover AEW Dynamite, which took place just yesterday, and let's see, I think we got a Ring of Honor to watch tonight. And we're going to be trying to bring you all the AEW stuff.
It happens today. It might not be available till tomorrow. We have to see.
Yeah, whenever it's available, we will be, watching it and reporting on wins and losses primarily. And if matches seem important, then we might be a little bit more detailed in what happens. But other than that, we pretty much just skim over all of this and, y'all just sit back, relax, and no, we don't do recordings of our faces on screen because if you're driving, you do not need to be looking at us. If you're working around the house, you do not need to be looking at us. Do your thing. Listen to our awesome, soothing voices. So, Ring of Honor, June 8th, that opens up with Christopher Daniels versus Kyle Fletcher. And I remember thinking, okay, this is the opening match, and Christopher Daniels coming out, but all he's going to do is job to this guy because they don't know how to do this. You could tell that somebody that doesn't understand professional wrestling isn't doing this. Now, I'm going to explain. So hear me out. Just hear me out. Christopher Daniels had a highly competitive match against Kyle Fletcher, but Daniels lost due to a hammerlock tombstone pile driver. But it wasn't that. It was a hammerlock power slam, basically, what it looked like.
Yeah.
He, more or less protecting Daniels, which he should. And Daniels, if he did do a tombstone, Daniels would have crushed, would have messed up his neck. It would have been either broken, pinched, or something because Daniels was held too low. That's not the issue, okay? Fletcher did a good job. That was professional. I wouldn't want to see it any other way. He protected Daniels. But here's the thing. Christopher Daniels is a ring general. You're supposed to show the difference between those with so much skill and wisdom and those who are upcoming. They're speedy, they're fast, they're crazy agile. Okay? That's where Kyle Fletcher is. Christopher Daniels, slow. Okay? In comparison, slow. But he's seen so much, done so much, he should be able to exploit Kyle Fletcher's weaknesses. His speed, exuberance, and experience should have been everything to honestly defeat Kyle Fletcher. That's what it means to be, wise as well as intelligent in that ring. What should have happened was Fletcher come in, they start off, Fletcher takes control a little bit, Daniels shut him down a little bit, Fletcher comes back, makes a comeback. Daniels exploits some stuff, takes control, beat him down for a little bit. Fletcher comes back, but just maybe one or two moves. Daniels bow, takes control, great counter, toe kick, Angel's wings, over. Because Kyle Fletcher was just too inexperienced and didn't understand what was about to happen. It could easily be explained that way. Daniels is the veteran. He should lead the match, and he should have won the match. It gives Fletcher something to work up to.
They shouldn't have put them in a match together, period.
No, they shouldn't.
No, they shouldn't.
But they did. So since they were, I thought it'd be good to speak on how it should have gone.
But I don't think they want to portray Kyle Fletcher as weak or green because, he was just the IWGP Tag Team Champion, so that was just poor booking.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That was just poor booking. It was a good match. I enjoyed the match. It was a good match, but it wasn't great booking.
Yep,
because it doesn't do anything for either one of them, really.
That's the point. And that's a theme with every single match. Now, granted, that's how wrestling's always been. They just go out and have matches. What does it prove? What's the match for? Is anyone climbing any ranks? Is there anything to show for this match? That's usually what we see. But And that's from any era. I don't care what era it is. If it's not the last two matches on the card, then you're like, what's the point of this match? It's just so people can go out there, show you what they're doing and whatnot. I miss commentary where they would show you how someone's trying to rise in skill and becoming a veteran and someone wily in that ring. They don't do that anymore.
At least in the commentary of Ring of Honor, they were talking about how, classically in Ring of Honor, after 3 successful, singles wins, that's when you start getting into the title contention. They said that several times with several different matches, as if they're trying to seed something.
And if y'all want to know, I think that was a shoot towards Tony Khan, like, remember this. They do that sometimes. Now, next, Matt Sydal, he defeated somebody. The reality, I don't know. But
that big dude, Zach Clayton.
Zach Clayton, that was the name?
I remember his name because it's so plain. I was thinking, his name is so plain. These people in these plain names.
I couldn't remember his name. I was like, I said, I don't know how this match is gonna go, but Sydal should probably win, mainly because, and I didn't say this out loud, but because Daniels just lost. His tag partner, who don't tag up with him, just lost.
Yeah. And Sydal is in pursuit, and I guess he need to be showcased. But on the flip side of that, Zach Clayton didn't do a bad job.
No, he didn't. Zach Clayton was really good.
He's a big dude.
Now, you can tell. Look, I'm just gonna say it. Kyle Fletcher, he's green, not because he's wearing the color. I can see a lot of why would you do that at this point in the match? It was a lot of that. It's all about how you set up your moves. When they get older and they're starting to slow down, give it about 15 years, you'll start seeing, wait a minute, they do the same stuff, but it makes sense.
They trim the fat.
Yes.
That's the veterans trim the fat. And they don't consume the entire chicken thigh, fat and skin and all. No, they trim the fat. It's better for you.
They pace
their moves. You conserve your energy.
Yes.
And no one listens to anybody that can teach them how to trim the fat in their performance, so everybody's just doing too much.
Look, to anyone out there, a veteran will tell you this. When should you get all your stuff in? When? Pay-per-view level matches. That's it. That's when you show everything you can do at the big events, the pay-per-views, all of that. That's when you show everybody what you can do. It gives the people something to wait for.
But AEW, they do their matches as like a Olympic sprinter. When a sprinter comes out the blocks, they don't hit 100 miles per hour and maintain the entire race.
They hit 100 and slow down gradually because, run out of steam.
But they also work up to that 100 too. It's not like, here's a firing gun, 100. No, they got to work up to it, maintain for a little while. Maybe they'll slow off. Then that second wind kicks in. No, AEW is 100 miles per hour. You throw everything in the kitchen sink that you have in your arsenal for them to all kick out of. And it gets boring.
When it comes to watching Olympic sprinters and stuff, me and Cedric, we love what we dub the accelerators. They're the ones that start off fast, but it's casual speed for them. They're fast, but it's casual. And as it's starting to wind down, you see them speeding up. And it's like, oh my God, is this person getting faster? Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful to see. It shows they have patience and experience. While others start off 100 miles an hour and trying to get it done quick, they start off speed and they're losing ground. Next thing you know, they're catching up. Mm-hmm. And you see them getting faster and faster. You start seeing them at the last legs, hoofing it, and then they seem to win every time. It's just experience.
Yep. Closest thing y'all see to it is Darby Allin. He's got an incredible acceleration. Nobody else in Ring of Honor AEW can accelerate the way Darby Allin can.
For real.
Nobody.
Next thing that come out after Sydal's win and he makes, it's like, Samoa Joe, me and you.
I want your belt.
Tony Khan comes out with an announcement and it's quote unquote live. It's pre-recorded for us, but for them live. And I'm like, oh, this dude's coming out on whatever drug he's taking. And because it's on TV and the camera angles, he don't look crazy. He didn't look crazy, but he did, okay, I got an important announcement to make. And as soon as he started making it, you could hear it in his voice. You could almost see it on his face. Yeah. You could.
He was way too excited.
And you know what? He loves what he's doing, and that's good. When you watch Triple H come out and make his announcements, it's business. It's calm. Let me get this off my chest. He gives acknowledgement to the fans saying anything to him, and it's just another announcement, and then he moves on. He'll, try to plug his gimmick of how he gets a little hype at the end, and then he's gone. It's not something you could tell Triple H is not overjoyed about what he's got to do. It's business. Tony Khan comes out and it's like, yo, my man, look what I got. Oh my, drop all the stuff. Pick up a microphone and drop it. It's awesome. And then the crowd is like, yo, whatever, man.
Yeah. I fear that we're going to be seeing more of him.
Yeah. Something tells me he liked the Mr. McMahon character, but he wants to be the good guy version of it. So what is Tony Khan's announcement? Well, he announced Matt Sydal will fight Samoa Joe for the TV title, and he's just stoked about it. And the crowd's like, we saw that coming after what Matt Sydal just said.
Mm-hmm. And the previous 2 weeks of back and forth.
And then he says, we're going to have a board of directors. Now, board of directors, a minimum of 2, oftentimes 6.
Mm-hmm.
So he introduces the first one, which is Stokely Hathaway. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
How y'all gonna mess this up? Because the board of directors, that's business.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be presented as business.
Ring of Honor's always used that board of directors, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's been there. Instead of having a general manager or whatever else.
They had a board of directors.
Ruling party you have.
NWA style of stuff. The board of directors, and they chose this and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, then he introduces the next one, which is Jerry Lynn. But he makes sure, Tony Khan lets you know off jump that he's going to have a board of directors, but he has final say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to listen to him, and they're important, but I have final say. And I'm like, man. And you get the crowd come down. Because we have a board of directors. Hathaway. Jerry Lynn. Yay. But we know you, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
We know you. And then he's like, but I have final say. And they're like, yeah. So, okay. Now, then we get to some more matches. So Willow Nightingale defends the strong title against Rachel Ellering, which is Precious Paul Ellering's daughter.
Precious?
Yeah, his name was Precious Paul Ellering.
Okay.
I remember seeing him a few times. He was jacked. He was up there. He was befitting to manage the Road Warriors. I still thought that was the most awesome thing. They introduced as the Legion of Doom. They are them. Those two. They are the Legion of Doom. They are the Road Warriors. I'm like, I always marked out over that. There's 2 people are called a Legion of Doom. Legion is like hundreds of people.
Yeah, really.
So I always thought that was awesome. And honestly, it was a good match. I think it went too long, but they're trying to showcase Rachel Ellering and trying to show that Willow's going to be a strong, combative champion and do the New Japan style to an extent. But ultimately, Willow won the match with a camel clutch, shades of the Iron Sheet. Mm-hmm. I thought that was nice. I was like, beautiful.
I like that she won with a different move.
Yes, and that's what you said too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a different move, and she put it on very well. And she looked, you could see her arms kind of got ripped when she did it. I don't know if my eyes was messing with me. But when she put it on,
I didn't notice.
She put it on, kind of like, I got this side, now I got that side. Yank, crank, and them arms just went defined. I was like, what did I just see?
She put the move on like she should to show the crowd exactly what she's doing. And then you can see when that extra strength kicked in, and because I hate when they put a move on, then they just holding it and act like it's the worst thing in the world. They didn't do anything; just hold you loosely around your face.
John Cena's STF.
Why are you in pain? Y'all just laying there together. But she did it.
That's how it looks after some people have just laid there together. Just
but
saying.
She put it on very methodically. You saw exactly what she was doing. You saw her fix it into place, and then you saw her cinch it in. Then it was like all the pain in the world, which made sense. She put some oomph into it.
Yep. Let's see what else. Next is the Proving Grounds match, or whatever that is. And I wrote that whatever that is because they never explained it. It's basically Shadow Shinobi Squad or Shinobi Shadow Squad. That's what it is. Sort of that. But it's world famous cheeseburger Eli Isom and Marcus Cross versus the Embassy, Brian Cage, Toa Leona, Bishop Khan. 6-man tag champs. And they won because it's obvious.
Proving ground matches. If you beat us, then we can wrestle again for the title. It's like you got to prove you're worthy, but you got to prove you're worthy to the people you're going to wrestle for the title. That's what makes it dumb.
I guess. I don't know. I've never heard what their Proving Ground matches. I've never heard an explanation. Ever. I've never heard one. I ain't gonna look it up either, because sometimes if I try to look it up, I'm gonna find some porn or something. So, Proving Ground match. Why is BBC on my screen? So I just don't even want to try. Next was Vert Vixen versus Mercedes Martinez, and Vert Vixen, I don't know. I guess it's who she works with when she looks really good. She looked all right. Mercedes Martinez looks like a freaking unstoppable juggernaut.
Mercedes wrestles just shy of a heel all the time.
She's got poise. She's safe, hard hitting. She wrestles like a dude.
She got pacing.
She's got everything.
Not all being thrown about. Y'all keep messing her over. She's gonna join her brother in WWE, and you pair them two up, and that's gonna look brutal. And you're gonna put them side by side and be like, okay, yeah, y'all are so related. Mm-hmm.
But she won with the Dragon Romero Sleeper.
And she just barely got it on, and she was tapping out.
Yep. Then the next match, where we had to go, what? Griff Garrison versus Lee Moriarty. And
I had forgotten about Griff.
That match, Lee Moriarty looked like a ring general compared to Griff Garrison.
Yeah.
Griff was just, he had little spots that it was all right, but I'm like, man, no one's really training these people today. They really aren't. And I only blame the wrestlers by a little bit. They got to get trained. People that know what they're doing got to train them and say, listen, this is what you do. Get a pacing, get your timing, not just, okay, this is how you do the move safely. Now, y'all talk out the match on how it's going to go and then go out there and have the match. No. But, yeah, because Griff Garrison was just all over the place during the finish, and it flubbed the European clutch performed by Lee Moriarty for the win. Garrison was almost a little weird ball rolling onto his side, and Lee Moriarty had to catch not just him, but to keep from falling over too. And basically the count should have started over like 3 times, but he just counted up to 3 and just said, get this over with, get it out of the ring. That's what the ref did. Okay. We're going to get to something a little deep. Not too deep though. Not just knee deep, you want to be the freak with me. Okay, so.
I was thinking it.
Yep. Yay. So, Robin Renegade went against Kiera Hogan. Now, Kiera Hogan, she had a beautiful little rainbow flag, and I want that flag.
Fan.
Oh, fan, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fan. It was a pretty fan. I thought it was really cool. It went with her outfit. But I'm going to tell y'all something about this. Robin Renegade, they don't know if they want her to be a heel or a babyface every single time. Mm-hmm. It don't matter. Dynamite, Ring of Honor, It's going to be Rampage, and I assume it'll be Collision. She's going to just one company. She'll be a face or a heel on each. And then Kiera Hogan. She's supposed to be a babyface, but she wrestles like a straight up heel without the cheat moves. Just angry attitude, just showing off and making sure that you don't look like anything. It's like a heel. But she won using a super kick.
She did.
It looked good.
It looked good. It didn't look half-assed.
It looked strong.
Mm-hmm.
And she won with it.
We were surprised.
And anybody that watched that would have to think, well, what's wrong with everybody else's super kick? If you believe in professional wrestling and you see that she won with this, you got to ask, what's wrong with everybody else's super kick? And that is what the fans should be like. Y'all super kick is weak. Y'all don't have a super kick party.
Mm-hmm.
You have a super kick slumber party maybe.
Yeah.
But, it's just weak. Be like, y'all super kicks are weak. That's why in Fire Pro, when I made it, I call it the foot jab. When I made it so it just stuns, it's a foot jab. That's what a jab do. It's a foot jab.
Make a foot uppercut.
A foot uppercut. It is the foot uppercut. In this match, damage meant something. And it seemed to affect the attempted but failed double switch by the Renegades.
Yeah.
Because Robin was like loopy when she
was
felt
rocked.
Yes. And her sister came or whatnot. I think it was her sister.
It's her sister.
Yeah. She came down there and they tried to do the switcheroo. Robin didn't, you could look at her, she didn't know what she was.
Mm-mm. She couldn't switcheroo. She couldn't get up under the ring because she couldn't find it.
And Kiara's like, I see you. I see what you're doing. The ref is like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe she had her bell rung. Maybe she legitimately had her bell rung at that point.
But Kiera grabbed the right one and drug her back in the ring.
Yep. And they finished the match. And then Athena runs in and attacks Hogan with the kendo stick, smacking it off the rope when Kiera moved and smacking herself in the forehead, which was funny.
And dropping the stick. She dropped the weapon.
Don't ever drop your weapon.
That's not gangster.
Yep. And it was foiled. And then Hogan goes on the offensive and she ran Athena off.
Ran Athena off. She whooped Athena's ass.
Yeah. She broke that stick on her.
Mm-hmm.
Athena is good. She has improved since she's gotten to AEW. She's found her stride. Now in Ring of Honor, where it's more wrestling based, she's in her element, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to this match. I'm glad that they gave her the belt and she's doing something with it.
Yeah.
They took it off Martinez, which I thought was wrong, but we'll just see.
Doing well with it.
Yep. Next, we've got Shane Taylor and the Workhorsemen, which is Hendry and JD Drake. They going against Dark Order, which is Silva, Evil Uno, and Alex Reynolds. And Dark Order won with the what I call the DO combo.
Yeah.
Which was sloppily done, and Alex couldn't even get the jackknife hold. He just kind of slid over his body into a body press. It was just awful. And they got the win. And after that, they talked with the Righteous and what's the other guy's name? Stu Grayson. Who, I'll be honest with Stu Grayson, when I first saw him in Evil Uno wrestling way back, Ring of Honor, I was like, Stu Grayson is brutal and awesome.
That's what I thought the first time I saw him in AEW as the Dark Order. I was like, I like that guy, the other one.
I was like, I told you gonna like that little dude, the bald dude, you're gonna like him. The other one, yeah. And that's exactly how it's gone. And the Righteous, I fucking love Vincent.
I like Dutch now that he's talking.
Yeah, Dutch. He's got a personality.
Yeah, he's got a personality.
So it seems like there's a thing going, and they acknowledge Dark Order. You're trying to be aggressive, but you ain't there yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see how they do. Next, I forgot what they're called. Their group is, but it's Sonny Kiss, Jeeves K, Slim J.
The Trustbusters?
Yes, them. Arya Davardi is part of them as well.
Yeah.
So that's his other group. That and the varsity blonde athletes. Varsity athletes. So he's part of two groups. Sonny Kiss. That's sexy. I'm not even gonna BS anybody. Be like, word. But I love this about Sonny Kiss. I don't know where Sonny Kiss has gone, but Sonny Kiss has gotten smoother in the ring. Because everything that you saw Sonny Kiss do in that match, I've watched Sonny Kiss many matches mess up time and time again. And I'm like, what is wrong with this person? Are you so worried about your gimmick you can't wrestle? Sonny turned more dude on and was hard hitting. I enjoyed it. I honestly enjoyed it.
Maybe it was nerves.
Slim J,
or just had
I'm
to get
tired
some
of
polish.
Slim J. Yeah, I'm trying to get polished. Slim J, not a fan. Jeeves K, not a fan. They went against Darius Martin, Action Andretti, AR Fox. I'm not too much a fan of AR Fox. I see little glimpses of things that I want to like, but I'm just not too much. Darius Martin, I can be a fan because he slowed down. He ain't trying to be with his brother. He ain't trying to show off and placate. So I'm liking him. Action Andretti, I see what he's trying to do. He's just slow down, ring basics, pro wrestle. Damn your high flying. You set up for the high flying.
We know you
the
can
high
do
flying
it.
doesn't need to be a setup for any other move.
We know you can do it.
Yes.
Try something else.
But they won with what I call the double lowrider power bomb, that swinging backdrop power bomb. That was nice. They got the win. So Darius and them, they got the win. That's cool. Next was the Kingdom, Mike Bennett, Matt Taven against El Cobarde and El Dragon. And I'm like, who in the world is this? You know, I'm like, I don't think they're from Mexico, and if they are new, or they're, I don't know, maybe they were just, I don't know, just too excited. But I just saw two green people in there trying their best to be wrestlers, and they lost to the Proton Pack, pinned by Matt Taven, and then that, there we go. That match is over. Then we get to the main event. Out of all this, the main event, Rey Fenix versus Gravity. It's Bandito's brother, allegedly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell y'all straight up, no. That match, look, that's the best I've seen Rey Fenix ever. He slowed down a lot. He had pacing. He used some pro wrestling to set up his high flying. He used mistakes by Gravity to set up some high flying and some wrestling. Gravity looked like he's only wrestled for about 6 months. Like he's trying, but trying ain't good enough. And it sucks.
And maybe he has. Maybe he hasn't been doing it that long. We'd have to, I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah, all things are possible. But Rey Fenix got his stuff in, and it's weird, but he won with the Tenzan Tombstone Driver, and that was pretty cool. But right now, I'm gonna say this: in Ring of Honor, ain't nobody gonna do that better than Shane Taylor.
Oh no,
it ain't happening. It's just not happening. But Rey Fenix, this was a great performance, and I wish he would perform at that pace from now on. That is the pace Rey Fenix needs, because he looks so polished. I can't recall anything where I was like, oh, he screwed that up. Everything was just crisp. Everything was crisp. So that's gonna do it for Ring of Honor, and we got AEW to Dynamite to cover. So we'll get to that. So for that, everybody, I ask that you listen to that on Spreaker. Just go down to the description, click on podcast, and it should be the first thing that loads on the screen when you go there. Because in a sense, I did go almost most critical things with the opening match. So when we get up out of here for this, it's been Cedric and Cedric for CR Wrestling Commentary. Y'all be cool, be chill, be safe, and see you next time.